This show contains spoilers and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Movies with Ron, movies with Ron.
Hell yeah, motherfucker.
Movies with Ron.
I had our first boys have a penis, girls have a vagina talk last night with Wolf. And because we're potty training, right? And I'm trying to get him excited to transition from the toddler potty to the toilet. And I said, you get to pee standing up. You can pee standing up if you want to. I can't even do that. It's so great. Like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
And he goes, why can't you? I said, well, I don't have a wiener. And he goes, why? Is it dead? That's what he said. And even coming from a 4-year-old, the comment still made me defensive. I was like, no. Because he said it like I might have once had one and just didn't take care of it. Like a house plant. Is it dead?
You have a dead wiener.
Welcome to episode 121 of Movies with Ron, the podcast where my older brother recaps a movie from beginning to end, for me and you, because we like his versions better. It's okay if you've seen the movie or not, the experience is unique, so let's get it on. I'm Chris, your MC for the time being. Here with me tonight, Nurse Candy.
Hey, everybody.
And here he is, folks.
He's the ball cracker, death on foot. You know him, you love him. He's Ron. Ron. Yes.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, guys. Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 121.
Whoa.
And say hi to Mike Breeding. He liked the Facebook page.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
About fucking time.
He acknowledged him and Candy's thing on Facebook.
Yeah, the stalking issue.
I also said good job to you.
Oh, thanks,
That's
Mike.
right.
You know I love you. No matter what Candy's whispering to you in the off times.
Well, Mike was talking about he wouldn't stalk me unless I stalked him.
What?
There can be no mutual stalking, Mike. So, I'm going to need you to commit.
Me and the girlfriend watched the Ted Bundy docu-series on Netflix. I don't know why he's so popular now. I guess it's that Zac Efron movie coming out. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing new in it.
I know. The world has Bundy fever.
It's just everyone forgot who he was, and we have to show the next generation.
Right, exactly.
Who are seeing it for the first time.
Now they all think he's cool.
Psycho killer. A whole trail of murders across the country. When he was in Tallahassee, he murdered girls with a log.
Oh, God.
That was the surprising thing. He'd just break a log off of a tree and then beat them with it.
I can't help it.
You fucking Candy.
You got me laughing.
Can't stop laughing at the log murders.
I know I'm going to laugh at everything.
No! You got to calm down.
He escaped from jail twice.
What the hell is going on here?
It's a fucking monster. Anyways, the girlfriend's coming over to my place. We sit on the couch and I'm like, I think we should try a new role-playing thing. I want to introduce you to our thing. And I said, I bought a log. And this is why she's a keeper. Her immediate response was, why would you disturb your neighbors like that?
The other day I get paged at work that I've got a phone call. Mm-hmm. So I have to go into the office and answer on line 1. I'm like, this is Ron. Ron. Yeah? You are harder to track down than my wife's boyfriend. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm a busy guy. What's up? maybe you are my wife's boyfriend.
No way.
And I was like, what? And then click, he hung up on me.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
And I was like, I turned to the office lady. I was like, who was that? She gave me a name. Like, he called up and said his name and said a company he was from. And I was like, did he ask for me by first and last name? And she was like, no. And I was like, how many other Rons work here? 2.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, I think I need to go talk to one of them.
That's so awesome.
Can you believe that shit?
Jesus.
I know. And the thing, I kind of felt bad for the guy because he got the wrong dude, you know. I actually...
It's good to see that happen to somebody other than me.
I actually got that guy's phone number. I was like, you got a log of the number he called from? And I looked it up. It's just a cell phone. And I tried to call him back because I wanted him to be on the show. I mean, like, hey, man, I bet you really hate the name Ron. I got a podcast. I was wondering if you could just, sit in as a guest.
All right, I got bad news. There's no World War Z 2. I'm not talking about movies ever again.
Oh.
They're being made.
You sure fucked that up.
All right, Paramount, who owns it, had to decide between making 2 more Mission Impossible movies or making a World War Z 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, there you
They
go.
went with the obvious choice.
I know people love those Mission Impossibles, but I gave up like 3 or 4 movies back.
Yeah, me too.
Tom Cruise's public buffoonery. That kind of turned me off. I still loved him in The Mummy, but I don't know why.
Yes!
And the trailer came out. There's a new twist in this Pet Sematary movie.
I know.
What's the twist?
The twist is Gage does not get killed and come back. The older daughter does. And she's like 8 years old.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about that?
I knew they had to put some sort of spin on it to make it their own, but I'm deeply disappointed in the paper mache animal masks that are all over this fucking trailer. As soon as I saw that, the fact that the girl comes back, I was like, that's fine. Please, stick with that. Fucking, oh my God, this movie's going to be dumb. But one does not argue with any John Lithgow performance. I don't know. I'm still going to go see it just for that shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Should have killed both the kids. Should have had 2 semi-trucks. One's like trying to pass the other one.
Yeah.
And then both kids get run over.
You're a terrible person.
See, it's 2019.
Both semi-trucks coming face to face. They end up smashing both children. Yeah. An explosion. A hamburger. I put that back together, Doc. I'll just bury the pile. He came back.
See, I think realistically, if one of the kids still lives, you're not going to bury your other kid in the pet cemetery because you've always got the fallback. Both kids need to die. And then it's like both parents like running from both the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good.
When you ride with me, you ride with the best.
All right, explain this Mr. Rogers fetish to me.
What do you mean?
Why is he so popular now? Why didn't people like him when he was alive?
We did.
We got this documentary they made. Everyone's crying over. And now there's a biopic with Tom Hanks playing Fred Rogers. Fucking...
Yeah, it's the Ted Bundy syndrome. I wonder who Mr. Rogers was using his log on.
Oh, Lord. You know what I got a fetish for? I Come in Peace from 1990.
Woohoo!
I come in peace.
Or is it Dark Angel?
It is indeed Dark Angel.
Oh.
To most of the world. Everybody except us, really. And I wanted to talk about that. The reason why they didn't name it Dark Angel in the U.S. is because there was already 2 movies called Dark Angel in like the 20s and 30s. And you know what? I love that. I love that there was a time when you couldn't name a movie whatever you wanted because there was already a movie named that. And now you can make a movie called Split Second.
Yeah.
You know, and just name it Split Second, despite Rutger Hauer's already awesomeness, you know? You're just smashing that shit under your foot. It's about the respect.
Well, thanks for the segue, because I think I Come in Peace is an American Split Second.
They do share so many similarities.
We did an episode on Split Second, so go check it out, too.
Absolutely.
What unites both the movies is Michael J. Pollard, who plays Boner in I Come in Peace, and the rat catcher in Split Second.
That's right.
These films are cosmically connected. The new partner, you know, there's the action hero, but then he gets the new partner.
Yeah.
Who's nerdy and smaller.
Yep. And a stickler for the rules.
And wears a suit.
That's right.
And then, like, at a point in both films, he has to, in order to mirror his emotional transformation, he has to put on a more comfortable jacket.
And it's always his partner's jacket. And then they have to fight an otherworldly criminal.
Yeah, like an alien, but like an intelligent one.
Right.
Got Dolph Lundgren in it.
Oh, God, I love him. He is
Me
just
too.
so huge penised.
If you don't know him, he played He-Man.
He crushed it.
He's a smart hunk. You go to IMDb and read his list of talents.
That's right.
A fucking taekwondo trained. He was a Swedish Marine.
And like an astrophysicist.
Yeah, he's got a master's in like biochemistry.
Oh my God.
He's a perfect man. So you read that and you're like, man, fuck this guy.
No. He's the perfect man.
He played He-Man. But I think everyone needs to go see Battle of the Damned from 2013. I know it's on one of those streaming sites.
Yeah.
Or rent it. It's Dolph Lundgren's zombie movie.
Oh, okay.
Then we got Brian Benben.
Hey. Dream on, Brian Ben.
Charming, compactly built, and extremely affable. And everyone first saw him in Dream On. Remember the show?
Oh,
Dream
yeah.
I
On?
loved that show.
Yeah. He's a good actor. He's got energy. He's
Remember the-
charming. Yeah.
Remember the episode where he got a girlfriend and she was like systematically getting him fat? And he ends up like huge and fat. And he's like in love with this woman. And at one point they're about to have sex and she's like, yeah, smother me. And he stops and he's like, wait, what? That's why you're only with me because I'm fat? She's like, you got a problem with that? Because she was like smoking hot. And he's like, yes, I do.
Fucking smother me.
Oh, how did I know you'd zero in on that?
No woman would ever say that.
Oh, man, really?
And we can't forget Matthias Hughes.
He is so cool.
Yeah. He's the bad guy. Did you know he's related to Engelbert Humperdinck?
Yes.
Oh.
All right, here is a random segment of his bio. After graduating school, Matthias moved to Paris to fulfill his early dream of hotel management.
Oh, what a guy.
And things went in a different direction.
He's like a staple badass of, straight to video action beefcake movies.
Yeah, he's still working today, too.
And I'll tell you, in 2016, he came out and said, it's finally happening. I Come in Peace too. I don't know why it took 20 years, but I'll tell you what, too many fans have asked for it. I've done over 30 films, and everywhere I go, all over the world, it's, hey dude, I come in peace. And he's like, we're starting next year. Here we are. 3
Yeah.
years later.
No.
Yeah.
No movie yet, but I got high hopes.
I love that this movie takes place in Houston.
Me too. I was like, where does this? Holy shit, Texas.
Yeah. Houston is a cool, unique, futuristic-looking city. Like, it's one of those cities they had, like, they brought in some foreign architect to just design everything.
Yeah.
And it has just, like, a futuristic slant, and I don't know, more movies should film there. And that's my story about Houston, Texas.
Do you know this movie?
I do.
You got
I
anything?
saw it when I was young. No, I don't have anything. Except Dolph Lundgren is a specimen of a man in this film. I would say it's number 2 in my book.
Oh, what's number 1?
Freaking Rocky 4, you know.
Oh, okay, of his performances, I guess.
Yes.
By the way, did you know that this is a Christmas movie?
What?
It absolutely is. Takes place in Christmas time.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
I think this is my favorite Christmas movie.
All right, folks. Watch out for flying compact discs, because it's I Come in Peace on Movies with Ron.
It's showtime.
With Bill Rosenbach. It's been a long time since we talked on this part.
Get the people out. Come on. Get the people out.
So it's nighttime, and there is this nice, bald, business-type man in his car. Nice car. He's driving home from work, no big deal. Pops in a shiny compact disc into the CD player. Remember, this is 1990, so that was hot shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when a Discman was like $200?
Yeah. And you couldn't touch it or move it. Because it would skip. They were like, how? We are never going to fix this problem. Then anti-skip technology. $300. Mom. I need this. So he puts the CD in, and it just starts playing. It's Christmas music.
Yeah.
So he's listening to the, Christmas music, and then it starts skipping. And he's like, what the fuck? $70,000 for this car, and they put in a piece of shit CD player. And then the CD, shoots out of the player. Like, they never did that. But he's having problems. It scares him, okay? Anyway, this CD thing, it's a little foreshadowing, because this is the weapon of choice of our movie villain.
That's right.
That's right, Mike. You remember CDs, Mike? She's just talking to him through the whole episode.
Please do that.
All right, good. I had a good idea.
Now stop laughing so she can get that going. That's right, Mike. You remember CDs? I remember CDs.
I can't.
I won't say another word until you do it.
Oh, fuck. Does Jeff still listen to this show?
No.
You're gonna get us all in trouble with somebody who we're not worried about.
Oh, we've laughed more about stuff that's not going to be on the show than stuff on the show.
You gotta keep it in. Yeah, Mike. You remember CDs, Mike?
Oh my God.
I remember CDs, Mike.
There you go, Mike. We used to listen to music on them.
All right.
At no point did we say the CDs equals music. Fucking 17-year-olds listening are not going to
Check it out. The way you did that, and we laughed so hard, it was like,
I'm like the shock jock DJ. That's what I was doing.
I'm going to put you in contact with him when he wants to talk about this.
All right. This will be on the show, too.
No.
Yes.
No. God damn it, man. Ready to get off page 1? You guys.
God, this is a good time.
I like nice terms. We can have them together. All right. So the CD shoots out. It scares the hell out of him. And so he has to bend down to pick it up and not watch the road, right?
Oh, jeez.
Well, as you might expect, when he sits back up, he almost gets hit by a fucking truck. So he has to swerve. And then he crashes and he ends up flying into a Christmas tree lot and knocking shit down. This is like a kind of Clark Griswold. And he's knocking shit around like an idiot. He finally stops and he gets out.
That's just great. Merry fucking Christmas.
And watching this, you're like, man, this is a Christmas movie. And all of a sudden, in the distance, he just hears... And he's like, what? He turns around and he looks up in the sky and then something's coming and he has to run and jump and then his car blows up.
Oh.
Oof.
But he dove out of the way, so he's alive. As he's getting up and dusting off, the director made sure to show us the burnt CD on the ground. The thing that caused all this. He goes over to the wreckage, all right? He's just like looking at, it's just a hole in the ground that's on fire that used to be his car. And he's like, wow, holy shit. Oh my God! Because Matthias Hughes just rises up out of the ground. He's just this super sexy, blonde, long-haired man in leather with a trench coat and white eyes.
It's like 7 feet tall, too.
He is. And he's beautiful. He just rises out of the hole and walks up to him. And you can hear his footsteps. He's so big. Doom, doom, doom. He just towers over this guy. And then he just says, his signature line, I come in peace, Gadget. And it's like, damn. And then it just says, dun 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 dun. I come in peace. With Dolph Lundgren. Brian Ben. A buttered piece of toast. Matthias Hughes. And it just cuts to some guy breaking into a building like, super criminal style. Like he looks like he's fucking black ski mask on, going all SWAT style. Mm-hmm. Sneaking into this building through the vent. And he's in this air vent and he has reached like a cage wall. There's bars. And he has to start cutting through them with an oxyacetylene torch. And then you see this tiny little bag next to him. And I'm like, where's your tanks for the torch, bro? This is not realistic at all. Inside the building, there's a cop on the phone. And he's like, right. Yeah, Sergeant Calkins, evidence room J38. Yeah, terrific. Thanks. This cop is obviously up to no good. So then the first douchebag gets through the bars. Also, he's cutting things, with his torch. And I was like, what kind of shade do you have for your eyes? He was just wearing Ray-Bans. This movie's bullshit.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
No, it's not.
If you want shade, go with Ray-Bans.
So we cut to this other cop walking through the building, and he's like, yeah, hey, man. Hey, do you know where the donut shop is? Sergeant Calkins, please report to room J38. And he's like, huh? Oh, that's me. You see his name tag, Calkins. So he goes, and right about then, first douchebag gets into the room that he's breaking into, okay? The lights are out, and then Calkins walks in. He's like, yeah, hello, somebody paged me in here. And then the douchebag just like flicks open a switchblade. Calkins turns, and he's like, hey, what's going on? And then catches it in his chest.
Oh.
So he goes down. The douchebag is like, he's smiling at him. He's like, what seems to be the problem, officer? And then he just starts taking his clothes off. Ta-now! Yeah. He just started taking his clothes off. It's like they cut out their whole romance. Calkins is still dying while the douchebag, gets up to him and, just gently cups his junk. So that when Calkins dies, he can be like, what the fuck? And then the douchebag finds shit tons of dope.
Whoa.
Woof. So then the cop, the up to no good cop, walks in and they're like, hey, what's going on? All right, let's do the thing we're doing. Okay. So they pack up all this dope and they start walking out. They have to go past the checkout desk, in police stations.
Right.
Yeah.
This isn't a police station. It's actually an FBI building, but yeah, they're at that thing. The guy's like, must be some party. Pardon me, officer. Oh, it's just a joke. You got all this heroin. Yeah, okay, never mind. And then he looks at the guy's name tag and it says Calkins. And he's like, well, that can't be right. You are obviously not Sergeant Calkins. But he plays it cool. And they leave, so he just turns around and immediately reports it. It gets on the phone. On their way out, they drop another bag in the hallway. They go outside and get into a really nice BMW. The douchebag looks at the driver. He's like, you better hurry. What do you mean? The fake cop is like, yeah, oh man, that was clockwork. We did so good. The douchebag's like, better hurry. What do you mean?
Big ass titties.
Oh, the building blows up. What the hell was that? A little insurance. No witnesses. And then everybody else starts laughing. They're like, yeah, life is good. BMW, heroin, murder. So then we cut to a club. That's right. This is the Loogie Lounge. Where Dolph Lundgren is sitting outside in a car. He's a cop on an undercover operation with his partner at this club. And I guess between the two of them, they decided he is not Loogie Lounge material. So he'd better sit this one out. Inside.
Was just a regular type dude with a big ass dick.
Yeah, that's right. He was in a movie called Showdown in Little Tokyo where they actually talk about his huge dick.
It's awkward.
Yeah, Brandon Lee says it. He's like, you have the biggest penis I've ever seen on a man. And he's just like, thanks.
Yeah.
So inside we meet a bad guy. It's like one of the human bad guys, that they're after with this sting operation. And he's played by Sherman Howard, who is the perfect 80s movie villain. And he's like, so then my partner died and I had to close Dildopolis. And then I branched out on my own. I moved to Houston and opened the Loogie Lounge. Now it says here you're applying for the massage girl position, Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis, right. My point is this. That's usually a lady's position. Outside, Dolph sees the three douchebags pull up and walk into the club. Oh. Well, Mr. Davis, I suppose I need you to massage me, and then we'll see what you got. Do you have a college degree? May I see your penis? In a minute. The D-bags walk in, and they're like, hey, Mr. Howard, look at this. They open up the briefcase. All kinds of heroin, right? Yeah, Mr. Davis, did you want to buy some heroin? And then Davis picks up one of these sealed bags of heroin and smells it. Like, I can smell through plastic. And he smells it and he's like, yeah. Outside, Dolph is like listening in. He's like, yeah, come on, guys, get to the good stuff. You see, without a college degree, a guy could become desperate. Might have to join the army. Or turn to a life of crime. And they're like, yeah, like us. Or become a cop. And Dolph hears that in the car and he's like, what? Why don't we get down to business? Yeah. You know what? What university did you attend, sir? The University of Suck My Dick. And they're all like, is that here in Houston? It's in Dallas. Dolph is outside listening, and he sees a car pull up behind him. And there's two guys in that car, like, with shotguns. All right. Everybody, everybody is up to no good in Houston, Texas. They get out, and they're like, it's party time! They walk into the liquor store across the street, and Dolph Lundgren is like, Great. So then they just start robbing it, and they're like, money, 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 come on! They look at the clerk, lights out, fatso! He's like, the switch is in the back. Fuck that! Boom, boom, boom! They shoot out all the lights in the liquor store, and I was like, that's a pretty good idea. Then Dolph, he's just like, all right, keep talking, guys, I gotta go deal with this, and he gets out of the car. He runs in and immediately spin kicks the guy's gun out of his hand. It's beautiful. And then he kicks him right in the balls. Boom! He goes down. In the club, Davis is like, now do I get the job or what? Actually, you know what? You're Detective Ray Turner, right? And then all of his henchmen just pull out their guns. And Davis is like, shit. In the liquor store, the other robber, he is holding like the customers hostage. So he doesn't know what just happened to his friend. And he's like, you got the money, Buzz? And he turns around, and it's just Dolph Lundgren with a big penis. Like, you know, just bulging out of the jeans. Like, he can't find good jeans that fit. And he's just standing there pointing a gun at him. That's what you see when you turn around. And what do you say? You say, you're not Buzz. Yeah, and you're not very smart. Back in the club. You guys think, you cops, you think you're so smart. You ought to know better than to mess with me and my white boys. Now, Detective Davis is black, and it's like, what? Davis stands up and he's like, seriously? You gonna go there? What? That's the name of our gang. It doesn't matter. We've been on to you for a week. And Davis is like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. And then one of the white boys is like, smile, Ray. And then in the liquor store, Dolph Lundgren is like, drop it. Fuck you. And he just aims his gun at Dolph, who just, boom, shoots him in the head.
Shit.
And then across the street, boom, 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 boom. Davis gets filled with bullets.
Oh.
And it's like, oh no. Sherman just stands up. He's like, all right, boys, pack it up. And make sure you pick up every grain of that heroin. At least there's one less cop in the world, right? And they're all like, oh, yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Sherman. I'm leaving out the back. All right, see ya. And then all the white boys are like, all right, let's go. Pack it up.
Are they really the white boys?
Oh, they are. I didn't change that. Anyway, they're packing up all these drugs, and all of a sudden at the side of the screen, you just see a flash of bleach blonde hair. And you just hear, I come in peace, Gadget. One of the guys turns and he's like, what? And then this blonde guy lifts up his arm and we see he's got some weird gauntlet on it. And then pew, he just shoots something out of it and it's like, Vee! It is a spinning blade. It just looks like a CD.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It shoots out and goes right into that guy's neck. It hits him so hard, in fact, that it knocks him off of his feet. Whoa! And all the other white boys are like, what the hell's going on? Ding, ding, ding. This thing is bouncing all around the room. It's ricocheting off the walls. It's going through all of their necks. Right? It's crazy. And it's moving so fast that they are all just watching it when it kills them. It eventually stops somewhere, and there is the last guy, okay? And he's like, what the fuck? Oh, shit! He just starts running. Back in the liquor store, it's like Dolph didn't even hear all the gunshots across the street. He's like, here. And he tosses a shotgun to the clerk. Like, keep an eye on this guy. And what cop would do that? So then the blonde guy, who is, okay, I don't know how to introduce this. He's an alien.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This blonde guy sees the last white boy trying to escape the club, and he pulls out his space gun, baby. He points it at him, and outside, Dolph Lundgren is like, hey, I guess I better go see what's going on with my partner. Boom! The entrance to the Loogie Lounge just explodes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, these space guns, they just shoot explosions.
Oh.
Oh. Did you hear that, Mike?
Are you exploding right now?
No, you do big ass titties. Then I'll be like, you like big ass titties, Mike?
It's the only thing that would forgive
No, I
doing that a
can't
third
do
time.
this. I can't do it.
Okay.
It's making me sound terrible.
Big ass titties.
I can't do it. Forget it. It's too nasty. It
was
makes me
your
sound so
idea.
freaking slutty. I can't do it.
It was your idea. Her doing this in the first place. Which I think it's good. You know? We're rattling chains. Shaking the cage bars is what we need to do.
I'm trying to avoid sounding slutty or alienating Mike by not having it be sexy enough and sound like I'm making fun of him. So finding a middle ground, I'm like looking for it.
All right, keep looking. Heather has accepted me on the show. Things that I say. One day I had to be like, you know, Howard Stern's wife is okay with what he does.
Yeah.
And she was like, she didn't want to accept that. Like, she was like, you know what? You're pretty fucking dirty. And and I was like, Howard Stern's wife, she understands. And nowadays, she like doesn't really listen to the show unless I play it while she's there. And I was like, one day I was like, how come you never listen to the show? And she goes, Howard Stern's wife.
Oh.
And I was like, touche. Dolph is like, oh, son of a bitch. Inside, the blonde guy, the alien, is like, yeah, well, he just starts picking up the heroin. Like, okay, this is mine now, I guess. Dolph is wandering in through the burning entrance. He's like, oh, Ray? He just sees all the dead white boys with their throats cut. And then he sees dead Ray Davis. And he's like, oh, no. And then, bam, bam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, his partner is dead. Oh. That's the Lethal Weapon sad music.
Yeah.
And then we just cut to cops on the scene, baby. And the captain's there. So they're all working the crime scene, and this one cop is like, this woman walks up like, hi, can I get in? He's like, I don't know, show me some ID. All right, says here, Diane Baloney Pony. And she's like, Balanippany.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and he's like, oh. All right, well, come on in. She's like, what happened here?
There was a firefight!
Indeed. And it looks like the white boys went through a Cuisinart. You remember Cuisinart? I do.
It's better when you do it.
No. Just remember, at least at one point when you go back, you remember that? Be like, I do.
That was
Cuisinarts. It's funny as shit. But what do I know? The captain and a beat cop, they're talking. Like, yeah, there's 5 dead in here and no one saw anything. Dolph Lundgren was the first on the scene. But he didn't see anything either. And it just shows Dolph at the bar in the club. You know, it's not open, but he just needed a place to be sad.
Yeah.
Captain's like, Dolph, I'm really sorry about Ray, man. Thanks. But I want to break your fucking neck, you son of a bitch. You slept with my wife! And Dolph just turns to him and goes, and what about Sherman Howard, huh? He killed my partner. I don't give a shit. Don't push me, Dolph. She taped you into the family portrait.
Oh, God.
She didn't even tape you over me, just in with all of us. And Dolph is looking at him like, Now you've got to answer for that and the stolen heroin. Another cop comes in. He's like, hey, sir, the feds just showed up, FBI.
You know you want to quiet down.
Your personal issues. It's like, oh, great. The building blows up, and now they got jurisdiction over the whole fucking town. Tell them I'll be right there. He turns to Dolph, and he's like, you are off this case, and you got 8 weeks vacation coming. Take it. All of it. What the hell for? You could start moving your stuff in, I guess. But wait, like into your house? Oh, yeah. But I don't want to do that. Well, you should have thought about that. Now you aren't going to make an honest woman of my wife.
Oh, fuck.
Dolph is like, is that an order? No. Worse. Promise me. You're the only man I know who'd rather die than break his word, so promise me, and that's an order. Fine. The captain sees Diane Baloney Pony over in the club, and he's like, in the club? He's like, oh, shit, Dolph, Diane's here. And Dolph is like, oh, fuck. And he turns around, and she's right there. And she just licks her lips. That's about right. But the feds save him. They show up and they're like, hey, come on. We got to talk. Let's go to the bathroom. The men's room together. He's like, sure. You want to pee together? This is one of those bathrooms where there's no dividers between the urinals. We're all fine with that. Listen, detective, I know things, okay? That's my job, is to know things before anyone else. So? Well, I know you were after Sherman Howard, and also I know these are no ordinary murders. Okay, 3 men, well-armed men with their throats cut before they could even draw their weapons. Now, who could move that fast? Not who. What? I've seen knife wounds, man. Those white boys, they were killed by something else. Something different. You think the weapon's the key? Yeah, I do. How about where can I find Sherman Howard, huh? Look, I'd like to help, but I was just put on vacation, and now I gotta move into my captain's house. Or, didn't you know that? And the Fed boss is like, oh, okay. All right. You used my words against me. And he just looks down and then back up at Dolph. He's like, pretty dick, Dolph. It is pretty. And he just leaves. He walks up to the captain. He's like, put Dolph back on the case. Like hell. Captain, I make one phone call. Okay, I could make one phone call. And you don't want that. He's going on vacation. Aren't you, Dolph? Well, I said I would, but I didn't say when, though. Oh, okay. Fine, you're on it. And the Fed is like, good. I'll send his partner over from the bureau tomorrow. And Dolph's like, partner? And then we cut to Brian Ben. Dun, 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 dun. Brian Ben is just like smiling, and he's like, partner? Then now they're in the police station. The captain's like, Dolph, meet Special Agent Shits. Dolph's like, you're kidding me. Yeah, I'm the youngest guy to reach my rank at the bureau because I'm fucking awesome. So don't give me any shit. And then Dolph's like, you are kidding me. So since, I'm an FBI man, I'm going to lay out some parameters here for our investigation. Parameters? Yeah, they're those are sort of general guidelines. Yeah, I know what the word means. We report in every day, okay? Every day to Captain Switzer, the captain of the FBI men. And there will be no doing anyone's wives. You think you can tell me? I know I can tell you! And then they start fighting. A cop walks in. He's like, Captain, the coroner's here. And the captain's like, all right, send her in. And it's Diane.
Oh.
She just looks at Dolph. He looks at her, and it's like, hi. Hi. Captain's like, Dr. Baloney Pony. Balanipony. What did ballistics say about the murder weapon? Well, whatever it was razor thin and razor sharp. If you know what I mean. Yep. It made a deep, straight incision that I couldn't make with a scalpel. Well, how do you explain that? It's hard to say. I'm not a very good doctor. Everybody looks at each other like, oh. And she just turns and leaves. Like, that was all it was for. Dolph goes out and runs her down. He's like, Diane, wait! She just turns And she's like, I can't believe you, Dolph. The captain's wife. She called me. She called me to ask what positions you like. She just keeps walking. He's like, would you stop and listen to me? And she just goes, I don't want to have it. Look, I like abuse as much as the next girl, but this time when you didn't call, I was kind of hoping you were dead. And he's like, holy shit. You like abuse? She just leaves. Brian Ben is like, pretty healthy relationship you got there. And then Dolph holds up one finger and he goes, that's one. And he turns and leaves. And Brian's like, what? And then we cut to a crack house and a bag lady. And she's pushing her shopping cart around this crack house and she's like, Christmas, big deal. I don't care. And then in the distance, she looks out the window like, what was that? She doesn't see anything. She's like, I guess I'll go back to my garbage. And then something crashes through the window, and it is something else landing on the planet.
Oh.
She's like, oh, shit! And she turns around and looks, and yep, there are holes burnt through all the walls of the crack house. Like big holes, okay? Oh. Like something big burnt and penetrated deeply. She turns around, and another alien man rises up. And he's got long brown hair. But the whole front half of his head is bald.
Okay.
Do you like that, Candy? He also has white eyes. And she's like, holy shit! Then we just cut to Dolph and Brian Ben at the Loogie Lounge. Brian's like using a measuring tape. Like a fucking nerd. What the hell are you doing? I'm observing and taking notes. You know, the problem with most police work is you become emotionally involved. That's cool. Yeah, stand over there by the body. If you have no emotions, it's all just clinical with you. What about instinct? Instinct is just a set of learned responses. I've studied what to do in almost any situation. Something happens, I'm ready. And then Dolph's like, yeah, how about this?
The easy way.
Yeah. Was the easy way for Dolph because he just grabs him and bends him over the bar. All right. And just like, holds his hands behind his back. He's just holding him down like a bully. And humps his butt. Just to overpower and humiliate him.
That's right.
And Brian Ben is like, all right, enough. But he like obviously couldn't get out of it, you know? So Dolph lets him go and he's laughing. And then we cut to ball sack bail bonds. Yeah. And inside is an older gentleman, drunk as shit on a big-ass glass of eggnog. This is a Christmas movie.
All right.
You like eggnog, Mike?
Yeah, Mike.
And Christmas movies.
I like eggnog, Mike.
Eggnog Mike!
Gobs and gobs of eggnog.
Eggnog Mike signing in here. With you all night long. Super sweet Christmas sounds of the late 1990s. Smooth. And now we return to I Come in Peace. This guy's inside watching It's a Wonderful Life, drinking eggnog, and he's like, yeah, man, it is a wonderful life. Outside, his dog is like, arf, 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 arf. And he just goes, oh, goddamn worthless leg humping piece of shit dog. You like leg humping pieces of shit, Mike? I do. This guy goes outside to find his leg humping piece of shit. I didn't make that up either. That guy said that. He like hates his own dog. He goes outside looking for the dog. He's like, Dexter! Dexter! And in the distance, he just hears,
No.
like Dexter just got hurt. So he goes inside for a shotgun. Miserable scum out there fucking with my dog. I'm going to fuck your dog. Click, click. I'm going to fuck it with this. And then the power goes out. And he's like, oh, now I'm supposed to be scared? He turns and sees the blonde-haired alien in the window who just like disappears. But he don't care. He shoots. Boom! And crashes out his own window. Fucking greedy asshole burglar shithead! He comes to the window to look outside. And I'm watching this. I was like, this guy is awesome. This is an awesome guy. You know, he is not scared of anything. He's just like, oh, somebody's messing with my dog. Shotgun. Somebody is looking in my window. Boom! Anyway, he leans out to look for whoever it was, and he just gets grabbed by the throat. Ah! The alien just pulls him out and slams him onto his back on the ground, and immediately rips open his shirt.
What?
Oh.
And the guy's like, oh, hell no! And he starts struggling, and then the alien like holds up his hand with that weird gauntlet, okay, remember? Uh-huh. And then a little hole opens up. And then this big corded spike just shoots out of the hole and right into the guy's chest. And the guy's like, oh, okay! I won't fight! We can do it, gentle! And then the alien says, I come in peace, Gadget. And the guy's like, what? Because now this cord is pumping this white liquid from the gauntlet into the guy's chest.
Fucking beef injection.
Yeah. Hot beef. So in his gauntlet, we see this canister of white jizz as it empties. It's actually just heroin. And the guy is like, oh, holy shit. And he like gets a boner. I want to know what love is. Yeah. I want you to show me. And the alien's just like watching it. That was Chris's song choice. So then the alien just sucks the cord back into his arm. And this old man is like, that's some good shit. And then the alien shoots a dong out of his gauntlet. A dildo.
Whoa.
Yeah, just like that. Good one, Chris. The old man's like, oh my God, yes. The alien rears back his hand and then slams it down at the guy's face and crack! Somebody's playing pool in another bar somewhere else.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a good transition. Mm-hmm. Dolph and Ben walk in. And it turns out it's the kind of bar where women take off their shirts and gyrate. Okay? And Brian's like, what the hell are we doing in a bar? I don't drink on duty. This is hardly procedure. So proceed home. I can think here. What are you talking about? How can you think here? And then he looks around and just sees boobs. And it just shows the two of them standing next to each other. And Dolph Lundgren looks like totally normal. And Brian is just like, smiling. Oh my God. All the blood is leaving my head. And then Dolph sees some other blonde guy playing pool in the end of the bar. And he's like, oh, my old pal Boner. What do you know? Boner is played by Michael J. Pollard. Boner sinks a ball playing against some like Huggy Bear looking fella. And then Dolph just grabs the cue ball. I think something's wrong with your ball, Boner. Hey. Where's Sherman? Boner looks around. He's like, who gives a shit? And then Dolph grabs him like really rough. He's like, my partner, he's dead. Hey, no touchy. I want you and your boyfriend to tell me who killed him. The Huggy Bear guy is like, boyfriend? What the fuck? And he pulls out a knife. Right then, Brian Ben just like click, click, puts a gun to his head.
All right.
Yeah, he's cool in a pinch. Will you drop that, please? Huggy Bear drops it, and then you hear, Whoa! And we see that Dolph has got like all of his fingers in Boner's mouth.
Oh my God.
And his gun pointing at his crotch. Okay, Boner, who killed my partner, and who's got the drugs?
The white boys thinks you cops did it, Dolph.
And Dolph like,
pokes him in the crotch with his gun a couple of times. It's the truth. It's the truth. If I knew, I'd tell ya.
They look at Huggy Bear, and he's like, uh-huh. All right, beat it, Boner. You too. And then they both run off. Like, he called me your boyfriend.
I know. Did you like that?
Brian's like, so that's why we came here, huh? To pump Boner. Nice technique. Oof. Very illegal, and you got so much out of him. Dolph is watching other people play pool. He's watching the balls bounce around. He's like, I told you, shits. I came here to think. And just cuts back at the loogie lounge. They're back. So what if the weapon wasn't a blade, but a projectile, like a cue ball? Huh? Watch. It cuts this guy, right? And then this guy over here ricochets off of him, hits the wall over here, cuts this guy, and ends up somewhere over there.
Oh, like a cue ball.
And then Dolph is like, holy shit, look at this. There's a speaker on the bar with a neat, thin little slit in it. And he pulls the speaker shroud off, and there is the blade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it's like stuck in the speaker, but it's like shaking.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's trying to still go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the murder weapon, huh? All right. And he grabs it and he's like, ow! And cut his finger. Shit. No, don't touch it again. Relax. I know what I'm doing. And then he grabs it by the flats. Like the sides. Like that's not what he tried to do first. Anyway, he pulls on it and then boom, it shoots off. Bing, bang, dang, 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 bong, bing, bang. And it's like, holy shit, it's all happening over again.
Oh, God.
Okay. And then it's coming straight for him. And they're like, oh shit. They duck and then ding, it goes back into the speaker. And it's stuck there. Now that's a murder weapon. And now we fade into the city at night. And the half-bald alien is, lurking around town, hiding and looking. And then he pulls out a cell phone-like device. Okay? And it lights up and starts playing rap music. I'm not joking. And he's like, yeah, all right. And then he just runs off into the night. And it's like, what the hell was what just happened? And then we cut to some guy in a parking garage riding a parking garage Zamboni. That's right, they got those. And he's got these big headphones on, and he's listening to the same rap music we just heard. So, you know.
Yeah.
It does stuff, that cell phone thing. Mm-hmm. And the guy's listening, he's like, fuck yeah! All right. He like looks behind him, and then he turns back, and then the blonde alien is right in front of him. And he's like, huh? And then, he grabs him, slams him onto the ground, and rips open his shirt. Oh, shit! Same thing happens. Little hole opens up. Cord comes out right into his chest. He's like, ah! Oh, and then he calms down as the alien pumps in the heroin jisms. Oh, my God. And then he pulls that shit back out. And then shoots the dildo out of his gauntlet.
Okay.
Boom! And then he just jams it right into that guy's eye. Right up into his brain.
Yeah.
Okay? And then it starts sucking stuff out. Sucking stuff out of his brain. Filling up another canister. And it's like, dun, dun. And while he's sucking this stuff out of his brain, seems a little late, but the Zamboni driver then gets a boner. I wanna know what love is. I come in peace. And then he looks up, and he sees the half-bald alien running up towards him.
Oh, shit.
He's like, oh, shit. And he just pulls his shit out, and he pulls out and takes off. Half-baldy pulls out his own calico space gun. And then, boom, 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 boom. He just blows up cars. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
The blonde guy is running on top of cars and narrowly escaping them as they are all blowing up behind him one at a time. It's like ultimate destruction. Space gun. Blondie finally just jumps out a window and falls. Half bald, he goes and looks out and doesn't see the guy, but sees a bunch of fire on the ground. And then everybody else on the street is like, hey, look at that guy up there. Hey, buddy, you did this. What's going on? And he's like, shit, I gotta go. So he runs away. Now Brian's driving Dolph Lundgren around, and he's like, he's got the speaker in his hand. Dolph? Okay, yeah, pull over here. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, you can't go. We got to take that in for evidence. Yeah, but, I got a friend at the university I want to show it to. Oh, a friend at the university. What, a scientist? Yeah, okay. Which university? The University of Suck My Dick. He still gets out of the car and goes up into his apartment, and Brian just follows him. And he walks in, and he's like, whoa. Great place, man. And it's cool. Like, it is a pimp palace. Oh, and it's real nice and clean. He's got big paintings on the walls. He's got a pool table. He walks into the kitchen where he's got like a wine rack. And he pops a bottle. He's like, you want some wine? What? Wine. Do you want it? Yeah, I guess. Jesus. I guess I didn't figure you right, huh? Yeah, I guess not, shits. I want that disc. This is just a case to you. To me, it's more. And if you try to take this disc, I'm going to hit you very, very hard. Here's your wine. Brian takes it and he's like, oh, thank you so much. Why don't you like me? Is it because I'm more successful? Yep, that's it. I thought so. And then he just drinks the wine in one gulp. Little Brian Ben. And then he's like, not bad. I'll pick you up at 7 tomorrow. So then Dolph Lundgren just like, he's got his own glass of wine and he sits down on the couch to think and sip his wine. And he sees a picture frame on the table and he turns it around and it's him and Diane Belenapini. And he's just like, That's right.
Yeah, that was super romantic.
I know.
Like, I really enjoyed that.
And that one was my idea. Then it just cuts to him, drunk on wine and knocking on Diane Baloney Pony's door. She opens it, slams it shut, and then opens it again. He's like, I wanted to apologize. And then she's just looking at him and then slaps him in the face. And he looks like he's got this look on his face like, yep, okay. All right. And then whoosh, she slaps him again. And he's like, yeah, all right. And then she tries to slap him again and he blocks it.
Damn.
And he like pulls her hand down and he's like, you done? Yeah. And then they just start kissing. So they might be patching stuff up.
That's how it works.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Dolph, promise me something. What? Promise to remember my birthday or visit my mother with me. I don't care what. Just promise me something like you do everyone else. Can you do that? And then he just kisses her. I don't know who pisses me off more. You for doing this or me for letting you. And then she just leads him into the bedroom.
All right.
And he's like, oh, wait, I can't. What? I literally just rubbed one out. And then she slaps him. He's like, to your picture. And she's like, oh. And then kisses him. And then we fade to the next morning. And he's pulling up at home. He goes into his apartment building and he walks up and his apartment door is already open. And he's like, ugh. And he pulls out his gun. He goes inside and the place is trashed. And he's like, motherfuckers. He hears a noise. And he's like, uh-oh. He starts sneaks up to the kitchen. And there's somebody in the kitchen. They're about to walk out, and he gets the drop on them and just knocks them out with the butt of his gun. And then we cut to Agent Shits tied to a chair naked.
Oh, no.
With a string on his dick leading across the room. Dolph is holding it, and he just starts pulling on it. Tugging it. Not exactly gentle, but not exactly rough. This wakes up Agent Shits. He comes to, and he's like, he looks around and he sees himself. He's like, holy shit! Are you going to rape me? No. Why? You like that? No! Yeah, me neither. Then what the hell? Why'd you break into my place and trash it? I didn't. I came here to pick you up, and the goddamn door was open, so I came in. Oh, shits! I think I've been robbed. No shit. Yeah, well, there were more murders last night. Now where's the disc? I left it with a friend last night. Oh, thank God. And then it just cuts to a hot blonde lady mechanic fixing a car in a garage somewhere in town.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, dun 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 dun. She's rocking out and fixing a car. She's like, I'm ratcheting. Wink, 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 wink. Yeah, I'll spray some stuff in there too. Psst, psst. She's very self-satisfied looking, like, I do a good job. And then, boom, her throat gets grabbed, she gets thrown to the ground, and her shirt just gets ripped right open. And she's wearing a sexy white bra. Yeah. And her boobs are like,
I remember it. It's like overly sexualized.
And watching this, you're like, this is like a real setup to a porn scenario. And then Blondie just, well, the alien Blondie, he shoots that cord out. Right into her chest, right between the screws, baby. She's like, we don't get to watch the whole process this time. He finishes up, and he lifts her head up, and then out comes the dildo. Boom! Oh, yeah. It does talk about love. Yeah. Let's do this. Keep going. And he's like smiling at the little vial he's filling up with the stuff from the brain. Mm-hmm. Then we cut to Dolph and Brian, and they are visiting the University of Suck My Dick. It's a real place. And they're going to visit his scientist buddy, who is like shaking. He's like a guy in a lab coat. And he like pours someone a beaker full of coffee, and he's shaking, and he hands it. He's like, here, have some coffee, guys. I'll be right with you. Yeah, thanks. And then the guy just turns around like to himself and just goes, ah! And they're just watching him, and he shakes it off and he smiles and he's like, I gotta relax. Brian is like horrified at this guy. The guy sips some coffee of his own. Extra caffeine. Lousy American coffee couldn't keep a hamster awake. Dolph, who's the cunt? Shit's here. He's a real live FBI agent. And then the scientist goes, Dolph, are you nuts? And he just starts sweeping like loose pills into drawers and stuff. Relax, man. Relax. I'm not here for that. Yeah. Oh no. Everything here it's essential to my research. I believe you. Yeah, you're full of shit. Calm down, Bruce. Tell us about the disc. And we see it. It's actually hovering between three little towers, like he's done something to it. And then he pulls that setup over to him, and Brian's like, holy shit, be careful, man. Relax, G-man. In a field void of charge, it simply hovers. It's magnetic. It can be programmed to use other magnetic forces as a means of propulsion, and it can use any frequency you want. So how is it a weapon? And then Brian is like, the human body carries a small electric charge, right? Tune the disc into the charge. Yeah. Cockhead's correct. It's like turning your radio dial to KILLDO. It's incredible. I need more time to study it. Fine, keep it. We'll be back. Dolph's just like, it's cool. No. I'm taking it in. Are you crazy? The goddamn thing almost took my head off twice, and I know what I'm doing. You can't take it. Oh, really? You wouldn't get 10 feet.
All right, just let him finish. Let him have his research. It's fine, man.
Yeah, okay. All right, fine. And then Brian leaves. Dolph looks at this shaking scientist, and he's like, hide it. Yeah, you got it. He's like taking more pills. And then Diane Baloney Pony, we see, is now uncovering a body at the coroner's office. 3 more like him came in last night. Dolph and Brian are there.
So how are they related?
The cause of death, massive heroin overdose. Check it out. And she shows the little hole in the chest, and everybody's like right eye is missing. And they all have huge smiles on their faces. But this overdose, I don't think it was self-induced.
Was it the Fed's heroin?
I think so. But then again, how would anybody know that? So the potency was incredible. Your psycho, he stole a lot of heroin just to kill people with it.
Brian looks up and he's like, why? Why would he do that?
People do a lot of sick things to each other. And then she just turns and looks at Dolph.
And he's like, what? What about the eye?
And then she holds up the saw, and she's like, I'm about to find out. You want to stick around? Brian, gets sick. He's like, no, I'll pass. Oh, God. He goes outside. He's about to puke. Some cop walks up to Dolph, and he's like, hey, we just got a special delivery for you. That also happened in a split second.
What are you having your booze delivered now?
He gets this envelope, and he's opening it while Brian's talking to him. Brian's like, so what's up with you two? You got kind of a love-hate thing going on?
More like a hate thing.
Hey, what's that you got there? And then he pulls out of the envelope a big photo of Sherman Howard with 2 topless chicks. And it says,
Dear Dolph, having a great time in Rio. Wish you were dead. Love, Sherman. P.S. I told Warren to look you up.
Who's Warren?
Will you look at this bastard? He kills my partner, and then he goes to Rio for Christmas.
Christmas movie. So who's Warren?
He's Sherman's partner. He's head of the White Boys, yuppie criminals.
Well, where are we going now?
To see Warren before he sees us.
Okay.
What did you say?
I said okay. And then Dolph pats him on the shoulder all right. You're starting to be a good partner. And they're driving, and Dolph sees a Corvette, a real hot red Corvette, following him.
He goes, shit. Let me drive.
No way. This is my car. I'm driving.
Yeah, we got 2 white boys behind us. Come on, let me drive.
I got it. And then the window gets shot out.
Oh, no.
And they're like, oh, shit. On second thought, you go ahead. And then they switch. So Dolph starts peeling around, and he's in a station wagon or something, right? What are you doing? We need backup.
I know what I'm doing.
Brian is now in the back seat, and he pulls out and holds up a giant nickel-plated revolver with a scope on it. It's bigger than him.
Jesus, where did you get that?
A Christmas present from my mother. So they're peeling around and chasing each other for a while, and then they end up face to face and speeding toward one another. Hey, come on, Dolph. We're not going to play chicken, are we?
The last thing a white boy wants.
And then the Corvette swerves away.
Is a scratch on his car.
As the Corvette is blowing by him, Brian reaches out and boom, fires his hand cannon, and it blows out the Corvette's windshield. And the guy driving it is like, son of a bitch! These white boys, they love their hot cars. Okay.
That's it. Warren's a dead man.
And then they pull up to Warren's place, his office building, the head of the White Boys criminal gang. And it is lined with hot cars out front. We have to follow procedure, Dolph. We need to go get a warrant.
Nope, I don't care anymore.
And he just gets out and walks up to these cars. And you just hear, chin, 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 chin. This is where tough cop stuff happens. He walks up to all these Porsches, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and he's just pushing on the fenders real hard enough to set off the car alarms. Mm-hmm. And then this big crowd of white boys just comes running out of the building to see what's going on, man. When they do that, Dolph just slides into the door. All right. Brian's still in the car, and he's like, God damn it. Dolph steps off the elevator and walks down some hall. There's a couple of white boy security guards, and they're like, hey, you, boom! Just getting punched, because Dolph is now going fucking apeshit. Another white boy comes up to Dolph, who just grabs him and kisses him. And the guy's like, what the fuck? And then Dolph roundhouse kicks him right in the face. He finds a third white boy, and he just unzips and shows. And the white boy just faints. And cuts to a boardroom where it's a meeting for the white boys. Okay, so what kind of stuff are we stealing and robbing this week? You know, everybody's in business suits. Dolph just busts in with his gun, and he points it at Warren. Who's played by Sam Anderson. He's a face. You'd know him if you recognize him. The white boys all pull their guns, and Warren's like, no, not here. The carpet.
Everybody put your guns down.
So they all do.
Okay, now,
Yeah, there's like 20 of these guys around the table.
everybody unzip.
What?
Do it!
And then they all do.
Wow, okay, all right, now, everybody reach to the guy on your right. And, pull out his dick.
Mr. Lundgren, no! But there was one guy who had started to try.
Okay, Warren. Now you and I, we're going to have a talk.
You shouldn't have come here. Sherman didn't want to go to Rio till next month. It's packed. He had to fly coach.
I didn't kill your boys, Warren.
Bullshit.
You're after the wrong guy.
For some reason, you cops called a drug war. What did we forget, a payment or something? Our sales are in the crapper. And I am going to kill you, Dolph. I'm sorry, it's just business.
Yeah, you're forgetting who's got the gun here.
Oh, I'm sure I can find some leverage. And then the white boys walk Brian into the room at gunpoint.
It's like, oh, all right.
All right. You can die, or you can make a drug drop for us. Mm-hmm. You're gonna do it, too. Or you're gonna get a nasty reputation for losing partners. It just cuts to Dolph Lundgren being driven somewhere by some goons. They all get out of the car. Hey, you know the drill, right?
Just give me the shit.
No mistakes, pal. And they give him like a silver briefcase. A drug briefcase. And he walks into a bodega, and he sees Al Leong. You know who that is.
Hey, all right.
The long-haired Asian terrorist. Genghis Khan himself.
Oh.
From Bill and Ted? Yes, sir. What can I do for you? Dolph just puts the case on the counter. Okay. He opens it up. There are drugs in here. He takes it and gives him a second case. Dolph opens that, and it's empty. When he closes it, Al Leong is pointing a gun at him. And he says to Dolph, don't be foolish. And he just starts walking out the back door of the store. Tell the white boys to kiss my ass. And then he leaves. Dolph actually follows him out into the back alley and can't find him. And then he does find him. He's dead. He just falls down dead, like right in front of him. And then behind him, boom, the blondie alien lands. He was like
shit.
Watching him from up high. And he's just like, He grabs Dolph and just throws him like super far. Whoa! And he walks up to him, grabs him, puts his hand on his space gun like he's going to shoot him point blank in the face. And then he stops. He's like, listening. And all of a sudden, half-baldy alien is coming running up behind him. So he just turns and shoots at him. And, he misses him, but blows up some cars. The white boys see the explosion. They're like, what the hell's going on? Brian takes that opportunity to kick their asses and their dicks. Dolph just sees the blondie run past him with the heroin. Another load of heroin.
Oh, wow.
And then half-baldy follows him. And Dolph is like, what the hell? Brian shows up. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? What happened? God damn it, tell me. Who was that?
Just shut up. I gotta think.
And then Brian looks down at the dead terrorist, and he's like, who the hell's that? Then it just cuts to Blondie at some abandoned building, and he's like,
opening up his new heroin.
So Dolph just got his ass kicked. Now they're at the hospital. Tell me what's going on now.
Look, just wait here. I gotta go see Diane.
And Dolph just leaves him in the hallway. And, oh yeah, don't mind me. I'm just here at your goddamn beck and call. And he looks around and he's like pacing. And he sees this girl on the phone, on a payphone. He walks up and he shows her his badge and he's like, excuse me, emergency call, FBI. And into the phone, she just goes, "You're not going to believe what just happened." And then he just pushes the thing down and hangs up her call. And she's like, "Ah," and then hands him the phone. And he's like, "Thank you. Do you have change for $1?" Diane Baloney Pony is checking out Dolph's neck because it's all bruised with a handprint.
I always thought I'd be the one to wring your neck.
Yeah, that's cute. You want to answer my question?
Sure. Heroin stimulates the pituitary, and that makes endorphins. It's a hormone that creates an incredible sense of well-being. Nature's ecstasy, if you will.
So if you shot somebody up and then you stabbed him in the brain,
you'd have a nearly perfect drug. 1 ounce would be enough for 1,000 doses. But nobody has the technology to preserve or administer that stuff. Not yet anyway.
And then it just cuts to Blondie. And he's like messing with his heroin and his gauntlet. And he pulls out this vial of clear endorphins. Now we know what it is, what he's taking out of the brains. Mm-hmm. And he looks all like, yeah. And then he neatly puts it into his cryogenic freezing belt buckle. And it's like, tss. He's like, yeah, I got it. Dolph walks out to Brian in the hospital and he's like,
"You're going to think I'm crazy."
"Yeah, don't worry, that hasn't stopped you yet." He pulls him aside.
"I think we're dealing with aliens and not from Mexico. There's 2 of them. One's the killer and the other's on our side, I think."
"Look, man, you work very hard. Okay, yeah. You need to rest. Okay, or your mind and your body, they begin to break down. Okay, it's only natural."
"I need you to listen."
"You need a fucking psychiatrist, Dolph."
"Look, somebody had to be the first."
"The first what? To pull on a string tied to my dick?" "Sorry, buddy. Nope." "What, the first to see aliens?" "Nope. You got no proof. Okay? No one's gonna believe that shit."
"I got the disc."
And then he leaves, and Brian's like, "Huh, yep." So they go to Suck My Dick University.
Bruce, where are you?"
We find the scientist, and he is icing down his horrifically beaten face.
Oh.
"Jesus, what happened?"
"What do you think? The bastard stole the disc." Oh, you're scientist pal Bruce. Yep, I fucking knew this would happen. I tried to lie. I swear, they knew I had it."
"Are you all right?"
"You look like shit." "Yeah, look who's talking."
"Do you know who they were?"
"Trogs with bad haircuts." He looks over at Brian. He's like, "They kind of look like you, actually." "That's great. Our only evidence is gone." And Dolph is just staring at Brian. "What are you looking at?"
"We're going to my captain."
"What are you going to do? Huh? Tell him we're fighting drug dealers from outer space?" And then it just cuts back to Blondie. And he's like walking up to a supermarket.
"A supermarket."
Inside, we have a security guard, the clerk of the store, and then Crazy Larry, who says, "I'm telling you, the motherfucker had to be 7 feet tall. I saw him like 2 blocks down the street." "Yeah, sure you did. Like at the time you saw Jimi Hendrix at the laundromat." The security guard's like, "Yeah, with a dryer full of tie-dyed shirts." And then all the lights go out. And they're like, "Oh, shit. Whoa, stay cool. And then Blondie just walks in. And Crazy Larry is like, "That's him. That's the guy. The security guard pulls out his gun. He's like, "Hey!" He points it at Blondie, who just says,
"I come in peace."
"Yeah, sure you do, tall guy. What are you?" And he gets grabbed by the throat. The clerk is like, "Hey, leave him alone." And then Blondie just like holds up his gauntlet and shoots out a blade. Yep. Takes out that guy's throat.
Oh.
Crazy Larry's like, "Oh shit!" He runs out the front door and yep, he gets killed too. So as you might imagine, Blondie slams the security guard down and rips open his shirt to see his titties. And then he stops, looks around, and half Baldy is just standing out in front of the store, already pointing his gun at him like,
Whoa.
"Gotcha, bitch."
Damn.
And then boom, 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 boom. The supermarket just erupts into flame. Blondie runs. Half Baldy does not stop firing. He's just trying to kill this motherfucker. Blondie ends up getting the drop on him and shooting him. Oh! He gets him.
No.
Hits him in the stomach with an explosion. So now Half Baldy is hurt and Blondie escapes because he's so cool. Cutting to the police station, there's Dolph and Brian, and Dolph's like,
You're gonna back me up on this, right?
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Do you promise?
No problem.
cuts to the captain, and he's like, say what? And Brian's like, I agree with you, sir. Dolph is crazy.
You son of a bitch. It's true!
Then prove it. Where's the disc?
Somebody stole it.
Right then, the captain's phone rings. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, he's right here. He just looks up at Dolph. My wife says to call her. Hey, when are you bringing your first load of stuff over to the house? And Dolph is like,
I think Friday.
He says Friday. Yeah, I'll tell him. He hangs up. He looks at him and is like, she's excited. Hey, there was more bodies at the downtown market. All right, let's go. Let's get out of here. Dolph looks at Brian and he's like, you fucking asshole. Hey, I got to think about my career, man.
Yeah, well, if you can't help me, then stay the hell out of my way.
Look, my FBI boss says, and then Dolph just holds up two fingers and he's like,
that's two.
And then he walks away. And Brian's like, huh. Hey, how many do I get? So we cut to the supermarket crime scene. Cops everywhere. Oh, yeah, the throat's cut and butt's fucked. Baldy, half Baldy, is across the street, like hiding around the corner, bleeding out light and cottage cheese out of his stomach. And he's just watching. An FBI agent will not let Diane Baloney Pony in. And she's like, you're a Neanderthal! And this G-Man is like, there's no need to get personal. Dolph and Brian show up.
The hell's going on here?
He won't let me in. Brian's like,
let me help. These are my people. I'm FBI.
And it won't work. They won't let him in. I don't give a shit who you are. Dolph's like,
good job, Brian. I thought you were like a big fancy FBI guy.
I've never seen these guys before.
Wasn't that your boss over there?
Brian's like, oh yeah, I'll go talk to him. The captain walks, he was talking to the FBI guy, and he walks up to Dolph. He's like, all right, man, that's it. The case is now closed. It's been sealed. Everything's been taken care of, and as of now, you are on vacation.
What does that mean? Taken care of?
It means it's not our problem anymore, man. Half Baldy is still
bleeding and watching.
You get out of here. So then Dolph is just like, all right. He goes and finds Diane Baloney Pony, and he's like,
listen, Diane, I've just been put on vacation. How about taking a trip with me? Just you and me.
I can't do that. Dolph, what about my job?
Well, then quit.
Don't tempt me, Dolph. I'll do it.
Good. You go home, pack, and then you pick me up at my place.
And she's like, oh my God, really? And Dolph goes,
I promise.
Oh.
Cross my heart.
And he smiles at her, and it's like, oh my God, he's a different man. She smiles, she kisses him, she runs up, she stops and turns around. Dolph, you mess with me on this, and I'll have your lungs filled with water.
And he's like, hey, whoa. He puts his hands up. It's all good.
And then she leaves. Brian comes back. Well, partner, I guess that's it.
Well, what did your boss tell you?
He told me pretty much the whole story.
Bullshit.
Hey, I know what I need to know, okay? And then Dolph just goes,
that's 3!
And he grabs him and slams him up against a car.
You know the difference between you and me? You don't fucking care. You just want to please, don't you?
Well, now you're going to please. And he starts unbuckling.
Oh, shit.
Brian's like, what? What?
Yep, this is happening.
No! I do my job. I'm a team player. And then Dolph just goes, well, your team sucks. He just runs off and gets in his car. And then in the back seat of his car, he sees Half Baldy in the mirror. And Half Baldy is like,
yeah.
Oh, shit.
And then Half Baldy is like,
he must be stopped.
And then the other door opens and Brian gets in and he's like, you know, you got some balls. You know that? He turns and he looks at the bald alien and he's like, yeah, give us a second, will you? I will never, ever want to work with you ever again as long as holy shit!
Calm down. He's the one I told you about. He's on our side.
And he's like, let's get the hell out of here. He drives away. They just go and park at Lover's Lane. Oh man, he's like melting, man. Is that cottage cheese?
Who are you?
I am an officer of the law, like you. And Brian says like the smartest thing in the movie. He's like, oh, look at that. He speaks English. Imagine that. You must stop him.
What does he want?
Blarcy, a priceless drug where I'm from. Rare and illegal. What you call endorphins. Oh, yeah. That is endorphins.
Dolph's like, a dealer. A lousy drug dealer.
I don't believe this.
He'll kill you people by the thousands to get it cheaply. Stop him. If he returns, others will come. It will be a slaughter. He's at the crack house. Destroy it.
That's probably the old Fletcher building. That's where they all do crack here. Here in Houston.
You must promise me. Promise me.
I promise.
I was like, yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, he just dies. And Brian's like, well, at least we have his body.
Well, what do you mean?
It's proof, man. And then the body goes, boom, and it explodes.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they just make it out of the car, and they are all covered in cottage cheese.
Oh.
And Brian's like, holy shit, did you see that? And Dolph is just like, ew! Oh my God, it's in my mouth! And then Brian's like, hey, check it out. I got his gun. And he holds it up. He fucking stole it from him.
All right, sidebar. When I was explaining this movie to Megan, she said, oh, this is the part where Santa Claus falls off the roof and breaks his neck, and Tim Allen puts on his suit.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
So Dolph's like, oh shit, you got the gun, the space gun. That is proof. All right, let's take it to Malone, my captain.
No. We're going to take it to my boss first, Captain Switzer.
Malone can't stop this thing. We need the feds.
The fucking feds are liars. If you take that to your boss, we're never going to see it again, and it's only a matter of time. He's going to give you that line about breaking a few eggs to make an omelet. Now give me the gun.
Brian just looks at him and he's like, no. And then points his own gun at Dolph.
Oh.
I'll use it, Dolph.
Dolph's like, you stupid fuck. You've been a pain in my ass since this started.
Well, I'm taking it in. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my job.
Are you? Are you?
We're the good guys, Dolph. Somewhere along the line, you just forgot that shit. And he leaves and runs off. And Dolph is just like,
yeah, okay. He's nodding. I got your number.
And then it just cuts to Brian and Captain Switzer of the FBI, like having a secret meeting where no one else can see. Brian just puts the space gun in his boss's bag. You okay, Brian? Yeah. Look, don't worry. You're doing the right thing. You're doing a fantastic job, and your record will reflect that. First the disc, and now this. Yeah. So, what now? What do we do now, sir? So many questions, Brian. You've been around Dolph Lundgren too much. Don't worry. I won't ask you to remove him. You've done enough work on this one. Remove him? What the hell does that mean? Don't be naive. The military benefits of a successful contact with this alien are enormous. It can't be compromised by somebody like Dolph who just wants to kill it or, have sex. I don't know. As far as you're concerned, the case is closed. I can't believe this. He just sits down. Brian, he sits down. This alien's killing people, sir. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. And then Brian just looks at him. Oh, shit. Don't worry. You get used to this kind of shit. Trust me, Brian. And then he points the gun at Brian's head.
Ugh.
And then click, click. Boom! His boss falls into the water.
Oh.
Nice.
And behind him is Dolph.
Cool.
Brian looks down at his dead boss and then up at Dolph, who says, "Never trust nobody." And then Brian pulls out his badge and throws it onto his boss's body. He's done with the FBI. Then they pull up back at Lover's Lane.
You want to quit?
No, I'm kind of used to following procedure though, but now I think we should just and he holds up the space gun. Kick some ass. So they got guns out and they are going into this old crack house building. Hey, why'd you follow me anyway?
Because I might love you.
What'd you say?
Yeah, do you even know how to use that thing?
Yeah, it's a fucking gun. I mean, then they find a briefcase with all these empty bags of heroin.
We're too late.
Yeah, we missed him. And then, it's Blondie. Dolph tries fighting him, like punch, punch, kick, kick. Nothing's working. Blondie just takes it. And then Brian's like, "It's okay, man. I got this." And he holds up the space gun. And he's like, "Yeah." And then it won't fire. They got to run. And then he shoots a disc at him. Ugh. It actually grazes Brian's arm. And they have to just keep running. Blondie's shooting at him with his space gun. They're jumping and dodging, evading so many explosions.
Give me the gun.
No. I'll get it. Hang on a second. And he's like, pushing buttons and switches on the gun. And then it actually goes ding. And there's a little red LED. He's like, oh, there it is. Boom! And Blondie actually gets hit and goes down. Whoa! He's like, yeah, all right. Take that, you miserable son of a... And then Blondie gets up. They go, oh, okay, bitch. All right, run! Boom, 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 boom. They're getting shot at again. They hide for a second, and Brian's like, all right, it's cool. I got this now. Watch. And he's like, deep, deep. And now 2 LEDs. This gun has power levels.
Oh, okay.
It's like, beep, beep. And he points it and shoots him again. Blondie goes down, but so does Brian from the recoil of his gun. Did I get him? Did I get him? He's like so messed up.
I think I got him. Yeah, I think you got him.
So they go looking for his body, and all they find is fire. He's already run off. Are you in OFT? Look, man, this baby can do some damage. And Dolph finds the cryogenic belt buckle.
Oh,
shit. Yeah, what's that?
Oh, look at that. Blarcy.
Here we go.
Blarcy's the best.
Everybody loves that shit.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got what he came for.
And then it cuts to Blondie like, hey, where's my belt buckle? And he is mad. Yeah. Back at Dolph's pimp palace, he's patching up Brian's bicep. This is bullshit. I could have killed him. All I need is one clear shot with this thing.
I got an idea. He wants this stuff, and we don't want to fight him here. This place is awesome.
Well, then where? Dolph goes to his closet and changes his clothes.
And he's like, somewhere I can give you your one clear shot.
Hey, you got a jacket or something in there for me?
He's like, yeah, sure, here.
He throws him this like sports jacket, like his team jacket.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hey, it fits perfectly.
It should. It was mine when I was 12. All right, bring your space gun. We're out of here.
And he actually did say that. They're about to leave and the doorknob starts rattling and they're like, oh shit, here we go. It's him. And then it's Diane Belenipany. And everybody scares the shit out of each other. She's like, what the hell's going on?
Diane. All right, you gotta go home.
What the fuck? I thought we were going on vacation, Dolph.
Yeah, well, something came up.
God damn it, Dolph! I just quit my job!
He's like, I know.
They're all leaving and they're all getting into the elevator, okay?
I can explain.
And then Brian says, careful, Dolph. Don't let her get the upper hand. And then she just slaps Brian in the face.
Oh,
Damn right.
And the elevator's like still open. And then the door starts closing. And just before it closes, he slaps her. And Dolph's like, hey! And then ding, the door shuts.
Oh, God.
Come on, man. All right, you can take it out if you want. Yeah. You all can fight that out.
She doesn't like violence against women.
I thought I was laughing at myself when I wrote that shit. I was like, you're so goddamn funny, man. I should make movies, man. So they're leaving the building, walking out the front door, and then all the glass shatters, and it's the white boys.
All right.
Yeah. So they all got to run and hide, and the white boys are like, you fucked up, Dolph! Oh, shit, not now. Where's the money? And then Brian just goes, all right, these guys get level 2. Beep, beep. And then, boom! He blows up their car, and they, like, fly. He's like, it's time to just start murdering.
oh.
And then all of a sudden, woo, woo, woo. That's the sound of the police. Fucking more cops show up. Like, all right, that's it. You guys put your guns down. White boy's like, fuck you. The cop has to hide. And they're all like, hey, what the fuck? And then there's Blondie coming down the street, and he is pissed off. Diane Baloney Pony is like, who the hell is that? Everybody's getting shot at. The white boys shoot at Blondie, and he's like, nope. Boom! He shoots at them, kills one immediately. And then the cop, he's like, no. He turns around, he shoots at Blondie, but it's all like, ting, ting.
Yeah.
And then, boom! He's dead. He shoots the last white boy. Everything. This movie is nothing but fire when shit goes down. Get in the car! All three of them pile in and speed away. Blondie, he gets in the cop car. Yep, he knows how to drive. And he chases him. Dolph gets on the radio. Hey, this is Dolph Lundgren, detective. And I need backup. I'm being pursued by a blue and white. Who is that guy? Some asshole from outer space. And then Brian's like, yeah, but there's nothing to worry about because I've got this. And he holds up the gun.
Oh, I see. You've got a space gun. So you guys are right on top of things.
They're weaving in and out of traffic, getting chased by this blonde alien, and more cops show up. They start chasing and yelling at the alien, and he's like, oh, okay. Well, then this is happening. And he pulls up right to the side of the cops and just shoots a disc right across the street, and it kills them. So they crash, and then all the other cops crash into that cop car, and now there are no more cops following them. So we're back to the original 2 cars. Dolph Lundgren decides to get on the sidewalk and then drive through a Brooks Brothers store. He's still following him. All right. And Brian's like, all right, that's it. Beep, beep, beep. Level 3. I'm going to toast this clown. Boom! It blows up the car. It rolls. And that is the end of Blondie. And Brian's like, oh, yeah. And then Blondie just comes running at full speed out of the fire. And Brian's like, oh, shit. And then they just speed off towards an abandoned factory. Perfect place for the end fight.
Oh, nice. God, I thought this was the end fight.
Yeah, I know. They get out, but before they leave, Dolph Lundgren reaches down and rips a speaker out of his car stereo.
Oh, smart.
Yep. All right, go up. Let's go. Let's go. They got to climb all the floors of the factory. Blondie finally gets there. On foot. They're all running on gangplanks and stuff, and it's all industrial and cool. All right. Up there, shits. That's where you're going to get your one clear shot. You can snipe him.
All right, let's go.
Blondie's there. He's searching and breathing really hard. Dolph opens up the Blarcy, and he sets the he sets the buckle down. So then Brian and Diane Baloney Pony get up to where he's supposed to shoot him. Okay, there he is. There he is. Let's push this all the way to level 4. Beep, 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 beep. Dolph shows up. He's going for it. And then Blondie picks up the belt buckle. Tss, it's empty. He's like, no! Brian's like, okay, lights out, motherfucker. Click, 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 click. Oh, fuck! That's when Blondie sees him up there, and he's like,
It's empty, Brian. Let's go. We got to get out of here.
Blondie jumps all the way up to them. And then Dolph just starts unloading his shotgun into him. And he just stands there and takes that shit. I don't know how. Because, the half-bald guy, he got shot once. Then they all just run away. And Blondie's just chasing him through this factory. Dolph actually finds some fuel barrels, and he knocks them over, and they start bloop, bloop, blooping all over the place.
He's like, go on. Get out of here. Go, go, go.
Blondie finally gets to where he did that, and then Dolph just shoots it with his shotgun, and boom, baby! It still doesn't do shit. So they keep running, and he keeps chasing. Finally, they lost him. They don't know where he is. All right, hold it right here. And then boom, he just drops down from above. And then he punches Brian, who falls a really long, far distance down and crashes onto a car. Oof. So, he'd be dead, probably, And then he grabs Diane Baloney Pony. And Dolph's like, oh no. And he points the shotgun.
Let her go. I said let her go.
And then he holds up one canister of Blarcy. And then he throws it down and breaks it. And then Blondie tosses Diane aside, like, all right, I'll do what you want. Then he pulls his gun out to point it at Dolph, who holds up another bottle of Blarcy. And then he breaks that one. And the alien is like, all right, that's it. We're fucking going at it. So now they're both pointing guns at each other like, come on, motherfucker, say what one more goddamn time. And he's rolling these glass vials around in his fingers like clickety, clickety, clickety. Look what I got, bitch.
Yeah.
And then he throws his shotgun down. And he puts his hand up like, come on, man. Make a move. Blondie throws his gun down. And he wants the rest of that Blarcy. So Dolph backs up and he follows him. As Dolph is doing this, he looks down to his left and sees a broken pipe jutting out of the wall. And then he just nicely sets the Blarcy down and then turns and runs! Blondie's like, oh, okay, then this is happening. Pew! And shoots out a disc. And it's like, ding, dang, ding, bing, bong. And then, ting! He catches it in his speaker.
Nice.
And the cool thing is that Blondie actually smiles at him like, damn. He picks up the rest of his Blarcy, and he turns to leave, and then he gets hit in the head with a pipe. And Dolph isn't finished with him yet. So now they get into a fist fight where Dolph gets his ass rocked.
Oh.
Blondie takes him and throws him really far away. He hits the ground, turns around, and then, okay, now this is happening. And he shoots his cord at him.
Oh.
And it's really far away. So Dolph has time to see it and then catch it with both of his hands. But it's like still trying to slam into his face. And he has to fight it. And it gets a little stupid. Because Dolph is like, oh no, no. And he's like whipping this cord around and flinging Dolph Lundgren all over the place. Finally, he retracts it. Dolph is still holding on to it, so it pulls him to him. He actually lands on his feet right in front of Blondie, who's just like, I win, Gadget. Fuck you, spaceman. And then he slams the corded spike right into Blondie's face.
Oof.
And he's like, ah! And then all of the heroin jizz just pumps in. Blondie takes that shit and then just pulls the spike out of his face. And all he is mad. So then he rips the cord out of his gauntlet. But right then, Dolph jump kicks him. And he flies back onto the broken pipe in the wall.
Ooh.
Him screaming actually wakes up Diane Baloney Pony.
Oh.
So she's like, oh, shits! Shits! She runs to him. And then Dolph picks up Blondie's space gun. Shits, are you all right? He is all right. He's like, oh, yeah, let me at him. Let me at him. Dolph is just standing there with a space gun watching this alien who's like, I come in peace. Dolph pushes the switch and it's like beep, 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 beep. And you go in pieces, asshole. Ba-boom, boom, baby. The explosion is so big it starts blowing up the whole factory. And they all got to run. They get outside and Dolph is slapping Brian on his broken back.
Ow! Hell of a night, huh?
Yeah. Glad I softened him up for you.
Yeah, nice work, shits.
Can we please go on vacation now?
I promised, didn't I?
Where are we going anyway?
Well, I was thinking of Rio.
Oh, no. Credits. There's a good 80s soundtrack. Come on and touch me tonight.
Oh, I remember that
I don't
song.
care
That was
what
good.
your dick smells like. Come on and touch me tonight. While this song is playing, we get the credits overlaid over a whole montage of family photos of the new family photos with Dolph and the captain and their wife and their kids.
Everything's gonna be okay.
It's beautiful.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I Come in Peace, or Dark Angel on Movies with Ron.
Yay! Good job, Ron.
Thanks.
That's the second time in a row on this show. Women who work for the coroner's office can't catch a break, man.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, it's part of the formula for buddy cop movies.
Yeah.
All right, folks, you like what you hear? You using that Apple Podcasts or iTunes? Go ahead and leave us a rating and review. We'd really appreciate it. We're on all your other favorite podcast apps and movieswithron.com. There's a Facebook page. We got Twitter, @movieswithron. So check us out. It's been fun.
Yep, we love you.
See you guys.
Movies with Ron.
You go. You go.